Look at all these fucking games. Like, it's ridiculous how many of these games that I got for free. What's going on, guys? The Bearded One here, and this is a special little video because over the last week I have come across quite a few games that have been brought into my possession. And I guess it's the first time I'm doing this, but I'm just going to show you guys the games that I've gotten in the past week. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them here. So I guess I'm just going to start from the top of the pile. And I'm going to show you every game that I got in the past week. I'm going to go through them. If I play them, I'll give you my thoughts on them. If not, I'll give you my impressions or what I expect of them. And I'll just show you what I've gotten because I've gotten a lot of games for free. So let's start. Keep in mind, all these games are for Xbox 360 as well. First up, we have Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I know, all you hardcore Rare fans out there probably want to strangle me or like hang me like the Salem Witch Trials or burn me like the Salem Witch Trials for even mentioning this game's existence, but I got it for free, so why not? Obviously, I've heard a lot about this game. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this game either, but I've never actually played the whole thing, so I thought, why not? I mean, it's a better time than ever. I got it for free, so why not just play it, go through it, get it out of my system, and then when I finally do finish it, this might actually be the first Bearded Gaming review that I do on my own, so we'll just have to see from here. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I'm keeping an open mind, I'll see what it's like, and I'll let you guys know. Next up, this is a game I've been looking forward to for quite a while that I never got a chance to play. Bayonetta. The original Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2 is actually coming out next year, but it's a Wii U exclusive, so eh. But yeah, Bayonetta, this is from the guys at Platinum Games. They've been known for having some of the craziest, wackiest, just balls to the walls games you could possibly have in the modern generation. But I actually played the demo for this a couple years ago and I wasn't that fond of it. I don't know if it was like because I'm not as mature as I was then. Like, I'm more mature now, so maybe my view on this game has changed, but I did not like the demo. So I wasn't exactly looking forward to playing this game. But over the years, I've seen more and more Platinum games come out, and they've become one of my favorite developers. Honestly, the people at Platinum Games know how to make a good game, and they know how to have fun when making a game. So I'll play it, and I'll see if my judgment on it has changed, and I'll let you guys know. Next up, we have a game that I've heard a lot about, and I haven't heard many good things about. Bionic Commando. Now, this is the 2009 reboot of Bionic Commando by Capcom. Bionic Commando was a series back in the late 80s. It was for the NES. And you know, Capcom back then, they made a lot of, those classic NES franchises like Mega Man, Bionic Commando. But this was an old school Nintendo NES franchise made by Capcom. And in 2009, they decided to reboot it. I have not heard many good things about this game at all. But this is one of the games that I actually have managed to play. And so far, I'm liking it. It reminds me a lot of Spider-Man with the swinging mechanic. Like, the whole gimmick of the game is that you're a Bionic Commando and you have a bionic arm that you can use to swing through the city. And I just love games that do that. I love games that have a free-flow movement mechanic. Like Spider-Man swinging through the city with your webs, Bionic Commando swinging with your bionic arm. I just love games that do that. And Bionic Commando, I feel, did that really well. So far I'm liking it. I'm about an hour or two into the game, so I'll let you guys know when I finally beat it what the final verdict is. Next up, this fucking game. There has been so much good press about this game, and I don't know why, because it's such an unfair, difficult, frustrating game. Dark Souls. Now, this game is the spiritual successor, not a technical sequel, to Demon's Souls, which came out in 2009, I believe. But yeah, this game has gotten a lot of good press about it. It's gotten a lot of good scores, fans really like it, but this game is not for the weak of heart, okay? This game is all about dying over and over and over. This is the pure definition of a trial and error game. You are going to die so much in this game, it's just going to be a normal thing. Like, by an hour in, you will have died so much, you'll just know that death is the main mechanic of this game. You are meant to die over and over again. So, this game is not for the weak of heart. This game is for advanced, experienced players who want a good challenge out of a game. I haven't played it yet, so I don't have any experience with it, but once I do play it, I'll let you guys know exactly what I got myself into with this one. Next up, we have a game that I'm actually playing right now as I'm recording this video off to the side. Dark Void. Dark Void by Capcom. This was a standalone game by Capcom. It didn't get a sequel, so this isn't a franchise, it's just a standalone game. And it's set in an alternate reality World War II, like right at the beginning of World War II, like 38, 39. But instead of Nazis, it's robots and aliens. Sounds like my kind of game. And again, like Bionic Commando, this game has a free-flow movement mechanic, but instead of a bionic arm which you can use to swing through your environment, you have a jetpack. As you can see on the cover of this case, you have a jetpack which at certain points you can use to fly around these vast open environments. And once again, like I said before, Bionic Commando, I love when games have a free-flow movement mechanic. This game in particular, it just lets you fly in this big open landscape with your jetpack, and I think it's really cool. I just started playing it. I'm about 20 minutes in, so I haven't really gotten into it yet. But I remember playing the demo a couple years ago, and I really liked it, so I'm hoping that holds true to this day. Next up, we have a game that I've been looking for a while, because it basically completes this trilogy of games that I've gotten into over the past year or so. Far Cry 2. The first Far Cry I ever played was Far Cry 3, which I actually have right here. Now, this was the first Far Cry game that I ever played. I had no experience with Far Cry before I played this, and this is a fantastic game. It's just so good. This game is so great. It's one of my favorite games. This game blew me away. It really did. I mean, the amount of freedom they give you in this game is just astounding. And I had so much fun with this game. And over the past few months, I've gotten my hands on Far Cry 1, or Far Cry Instinct's Predator, on Xbox On Demand. I've gotten Far Cry 1 and I started playing that, and I'm really liking that game too, so I thought, why not complete the trilogy, right? So I got Far Cry 2 now. Once I beat Far Cry 1, I will definitely jump right into it. This is the only Far Cry game not set on a tropical island. This game's actually set in Africa. So, a different environment, I'm all for it. You know, they tried something different with the sequel, so I'm all for it. And once I beat Far Cry 1, I'll definitely be jumping into this and seeing how it holds up with the rest of the Far Cry franchise. This next game is one of the original Xbox 360 games. This game was released launch year, I think 2006, this game was released. And I've seen a lot about it, I've heard a lot about it. It looked really cool to me just based on the environment. So, Lost Planet 1, Extreme Conditions. Lost Planet 1 came out in the launch year of the Xbox 360. It was made, again, by Capcom. They've done a lot of games lately. This came out the same year as Dead Rising, the original Dead Rising. And I've actually managed to play this game for about an hour or two. This game's really fun. Just letting you guys know, if you ever want to play this game, you're going to have to get used to an awkward control scheme. This game, at first, had some of the most awkward controls I've ever experienced in a game. They were so sluggish and just so sloppy. I know, it just didn't feel right. The controls were just so ridiculous. But I got a handle on it, you know, I got a feel for the game and how it was supposed to play. And now that I've actually gotten some time to sit down with it and I've gotten used to the control scheme, I actually really like it. It's actually a really unique game where you're going around on this planet called Eden 3. And the entire game is set in this like snowy Arctic setting, which I love in games. Anyone who's listened to Beer Banter knows that snow levels or ice levels in games, I'm all for. I just love the atmosphere of winter. So this game is really looking promising to me, and so far I've really enjoyed it from what I played, so Lost Planet 1. Now to go off with that, I also have the sequel, Lost Planet 2. Now, I haven't actually beaten Lost Planet 1 yet, but I saw this at my local used game store, and I had some free money, so I thought, why not? I'm enjoying the first game. might as well pick up the sequel for when I'm done Lost Planet 1 and jump straight into this and see how it differs. It looks completely different from the first game. Whereas the first game had that snowy, wintry atmosphere, this game seems like it has a more jungle, volcanic, you know, more of that summer atmosphere to this game. More harsh climates, more warmer climates. But yeah, so once I beat Lost Planet 1, I thought I might as well pick up the sequel since I enjoyed the first one so much from what I played. So I have this on standby just for when I beat Lost Planet 1 to jump straight into this. And it also has co-op, so I might actually do it with Bones if we can get this going for the channel. So, Lost Planet 2. This next game I heard a lot about when it came out, but I never really saw any gameplay about it. Mafia II. Now, obviously this is a sequel. I had never actually heard of the first Mafia, but this is a sequel made by, of all people, 2K Czechoslovakia, which I thought was a really unique developer. But this game I actually played about an hour or so yesterday before I recorded this, and I'm liking it so far. It's not the best game I've ever played, but I'm definitely enjoying it for what it is. And this game, it's set at the end of World War II. You know, right around the time the Italian mob really got huge in like the main American cities. So I played it for about an hour. I'm liking it so far, and I might actually look into Mafia 1 when I'm done with this, and if my final verdict is good, I might go back and look at what Mafia 1 is all about, because I never heard about this series before this game. Next, Bones, you were the one who drove me to bought this. You've wanted to play this game for so long, and I kept telling you, it's a piece of shit. I have not heard one good thing about this game, but you are just the biggest fangirl of this series, so I got for Bones Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, I have not heard many good things about this game at all. I heard it was a 4-player co-op, third-person action Resident Evil game. And just going off that description, it just doesn't sound like Resident Evil to me. But Bones was persistent. She's wanted to play this for a while, and she didn't care if it sucked or not. She just wanted to play it and see for herself if she liked it or not. So I picked this up for her. I got it for free, so why not? So this is the game for Bones, and hopefully she likes it. But we're not keeping our hopes up for that game. Next up, I'm so excited for this game. I've been looking for this series for so long. The 4th game in this series just came out this past week. Saints Row 2. Now, fuck yes. I've been looking for the Saints Row games forever, and my local used game store only had 2. They didn't have 1 or 3. So right now, I only have 1. I only have 2. But I've wanted to play Saints Row games forever, and I played Saints Row the 3rd with my friends. We had the funnest time. It's just the most ridiculous game, and at first, I wasn't looking forward to Saints Row 4. I was not hyped for Saints Row 4 because I heard that basically they weren't planning on doing a true 4th game. They were just planning on taking the DLC for Saints Row 3 and basically making it a new game. And when developers do that, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth, because it was originally supposed to be an add-on expansion for the previous game, but you decided to make it a full retail release. And my info might be wrong. That's what I heard about Saints Row 4. But then I actually saw the concept behind Saints Row 4, and I saw some gameplay, and that game looks fucking awesome. Like, I love games like Prototype, games like The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, games like Infamous, you know, those superhero games where they just give you crazy powers and they put you in an open sandbox city and they just let you go to town. And that's the whole concept behind Saints Row 4, is that they're basically parodying all those superhero games and they give you all the superpowers from those games. And I saw some gameplay and it looked fucking awesome, so I said, now is the better time. Now is a better time than ever to get into the Saints Row franchise. So I only found Saints Row 2, but in the next week, I hope to get my hands on 1 and 3 before I get into 4. This next game, I heard a lot about when it came out. It came out a couple years ago, and I heard a lot of things about it, a lot of good things about it, but I never actually got into what the game was about, or I never saw any true gameplay. So here we have Singularity. Now, this is a game made by Activision and Raven. or unless I don't know if it's anyone else involved, but this game, it's actually, I was surprised to find out that this is a survival horror first-person shooter, which I was not aware of when I originally started playing it. I actually have played about an hour of this so far, and I'm actually really enjoying this game. It's really good. This game, being a survival horror game, it's more in tone with like the original Resident Evils. That kind of like dark, suspenseful atmosphere where you don't know what will happen or what's around the corner. You have no idea what is, what's gonna happen, what comes next. You have no idea what's gonna happen next. And that's what Resident Evil over the years has lost. Like, it's lost that original feeling of survival horror where you're in a dark, gritty atmosphere. You have no idea what's going on or what to expect. And this game actually did give me some legitimate scares. So I'm really looking forward to playing the rest of this game. And Resident Evil, like Capcom, this is what Resident Evil should be. Get your ass in hand and go back to making true Resident Evils. These next two games are part of a franchise that unfortunately has gone extinct. I don't think they're going to be making a third one, but I played the first one in the past week, and out of all these games, I'd have to say this is the one I've enjoyed the most. This is my favorite so far. And just today, earlier today, I went out and I picked up the sequel. So here I have Star Wars The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2. Now, this game I've actually gotten a chance to play over the last week, and this game is fucking fun, okay? This, out of all the games I've gotten, is probably my favorite so far, and the one that I've had the most fun with. Now, this is a game, it's set between the original and prequel trilogies of Star Wars. Basically where Darth Vader, he's looking for this renegade Jedi, and the Jedi is holding a child. And Darth Vader kills the renegade Jedi and basically takes the child under his wing and turns him over to the dark side. And basically the kid grows up with Darth Vader. And he becomes Darth Vader's secret apprentice. Darth Vader sends him out on all these secret missions that he doesn't want the Emperor Palpatine to know about. And you play as the apprentice, going around doing Darth Vader's deeds. And from what I played so far, it's a fun game. It's a third-person action game, but seeing as how it's Star Wars, it has elements, like it has a force mechanic where you can use your force powers to like levitate objects, or you can use force push to send enemies back. But this game is really fun, and I'm having a really good time with it. So I thought, like Lost Planet, I'm enjoying the first one, so why not pick up the second one? Got it for free, so why not? So I have The Force Unleashed 2 ready in hand for when I beat the first one. So, Force Unleashed, great series so far. I just wish LucasArts didn't go out of business and that they would make a new one. This game on YouTube has a lot of history behind it, because this game is actually what took Darkside Phil, if any of you are familiar with DSP. This is the game that took DSP off of YouTube back in 2010. Splinter Cell Conviction. Now, this before this year when Blacklist comes out, this was the newest installment in the Splinter Cell series, and I heard a lot about it. The main thing I heard about it, though, it was the game that took DSP off YouTube. This was the game that basically shut his channel down due to copyright claims, and since then, he's gotten those claims taken off his channel. The original DSP channel is still up and running, but he has all his new channels now, and I'm really happy for DSP and his success. But Bones actually wanted to play this game. She's really looking forward to playing this game, so this is another Bones purchase. So, Splinter Cell Conviction, Blacklist comes out. I think it already came out by the time this video goes live on the channel, so Splinter Cell Conviction, we're looking forward to it. This game, I didn't have any prior experience with. This is actually a reboot of an older franchise, Wolfenstein. So this is the 2009 reboot of Wolfenstein. Anyone who is familiar with Wolfenstein knows that Wolfenstein back in the day, Wolfenstein 3D, was one of those old school 3D shooters like Duke Nukem 3D, Doom. It was a game in nature to those games. It was one of the big original first-person shooters. Sorry. But yeah, they had Wolfenstein 3D back in the day, and this came out in 2009 as a reboot to the series. I've had a chance to play it. To be honest, it's not that great. It's just, it just feels clunky. It's kind of boring, to be honest. So, from what I played so far, I'm not really liking it that much, but that could easily change the more I play it. So yeah, Wolfenstein. I'll be sure to play Wolfenstein 3D when I'm done with this. And the last game that I want to show you guys today that I've gotten in the past week, it's kind of ironic because the new movie based on this franchise just came out in the past month. You may know what I'm referring to, but here we go. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, I remember playing this game when I originally got my Xbox back in 2009. I love this game. Like, I'm a huge fan of third-person beat-em-up action games, and the fact that this one stayed true to the Wolverine character, he's dark, gritty, mature, and the fact that they didn't censor it, that they kept the blood and gore in, because come on, if Wolverine's slashing you with his claws, you're gonna see some blood, you're gonna see some limbs come off, you're gonna see some people get sliced in half. So I'm glad that they didn't censor themselves and that they stayed true to the character and the subject matter with this game. I played this back when I got my Xbox and I had a lot of fun with it, mainly because I'm a huge fan of those, you know, beat 'em up action games. So I finally got the actual game. I'll be sure to start playing it soon. And I haven't heard that many, I've heard like polarizing opinions on this game. Some people say it's great, some people say it's shit. So far, I'm on the side that says it's great, but that could easily change the more I actually play the full game because I just played the demo back then. So I'll be sure to play this game and see if it's held up to this day. And I'll be sure to see the new Wolverine movie too because that looks interesting. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all the games that I've gotten in the past week. I just wanted to show you guys because, you know, we are the Bearded Gaming Network. We are all about games. And the fact that I got all these games, I've gotten over 20 games in the past week, completely free. So I just wanted to show you guys all the stuff that I've gotten in the last week. Hopefully this gives us a lot more options for Let's Plays for the channel, some more co-op stuff in the future. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'll be sure to do more of these showcasing videos in the future with more and more games that I get. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Oh shit, they almost fell over. But I am the Bearded One. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Keep on gaming.